When the body is infected with Radical 6, the processing speed of the brain is reduced. If we assume the brain currently operates on a one-to-one basis with regards to time, Radical 6 reduces this to 1 radical 1/6, or approximately 1 to 0.408. This means that for each second that passes outside, the patient feels that only 0.408 seconds have passed inside. Therefore, when 1 second has passed inside, approximately 2.45 seconds, or radical 6 seconds, have passed outside. In other words, when 10 seconds pass in the real world, a patient infected with Radical 6 only feels as if 4 seconds have passed. Which is why the virus has been termed Radical 6. Radical is another term for what is also known as the root operation, the function inverse to the taking of a power. In a less mathematical sense, it can also be used to refer to something that is extreme or severe. Those infected by Radical 6 eventually develop a powerful urge to commit suicide. The exact cause of this is unclear, although there is as of yet no direct link between suicidal urges and the reduction in mental processing speed. Many believe that they are not unrelated. Those infected with Radical 6 perceive the world to be moving at a fever pitch, as if it were a videocassette being fast-forwarded. For instance, although the patient believes that only 10 seconds have passed, in fact, 24.5 seconds have passed. Given this increased speed of input, maintaining the ability to observe and reason would become a Herculean task. One theory holds that the disparity in time perception causes the brain to be flooded with massive amounts of information. Unable to keep up, it begins to fail. Whatever the cause, the infection invariably attempts to take their own lives, which is arguably the most terrifying aspect of this virus. Research suggests that a targeted antiviral could kill or at least disable Radical 6, but we have been unable to develop one. It seems our best hope now is to harvest antibodies from someone with a natural immunity to the virus. Thus far, however, we have been unable to locate a suitable subject, so I have continued my efforts to discover an alternate means of treatment. Hang on, I need a drink. My throat is dry. Given my current rate of progress, I predict I will have a workable treatment within a decade or two. It is my fervent hope that humanity will be able to survive that long. The bodies of those dead from suicide are piled up along the roads leading into and out of town. The entire area reeks of the stench of decay, and the sky is filled with a constant buzzing of flies. At times, their swarms are so thick that when one passes, it feels as if a cloud has gone over the sun. Every day I see more crows and rats are everywhere feeding on the dead. Ironically, the only healthy-looking creatures are the stray cats, who have grown fat on a plentiful rodent diet. The few humans who survived the outbreak have been locked away by the government in underground shelters. I don't know how many were saved, but I fear only a handful. Their survival is the only hope that remains for the human race. Oh Lord, please, let their future be a bright one. Whoa, that's a lot of information. Now we know what the virus does to you, though. If you get infected, your brain slows down by the root of 1/6. That's, what, about 40%?
重要なのはそっちの方じゃないだろう。ラジカル6は感染者の自殺衝動を喚起する。
Yeah, you're right. That would explain why Quark was, well, trying to kill himself.
他にも気になる点は2つある。まずは、未だ抗ウイルス薬の開発には成功していないと記されている件についてだ。
Yeah.
どう思う？
What am I supposed to make of it? Maybe they just hadn't found one when this journal was written. I mean, from what we know, there's a drug called Exalavir that cures it.
だよな。 だが日記には抗ウイルス薬の開発にはあと10年から20年はかかるだろうとも書いてあるぞ。
Hold on a second. I'm getting confused. When was this thing even written?
12月29日。年数は記されていない。
Well, there's no way it was written this year.
まあそうだろうな。次。2つ目は地下シェルターの件についてだ。例の新聞記事は感染者の隔離について言及していた。そこで我々はもしかしたらここがその隔離施設なのでは、そんな疑念を抱いたわけだが、この日記の記述はそれとは真逆の可能性について示唆している。非感染者たちは政府の用意した地下シェルターへと収容された。
You're trying to say that this place might be one of those underground shelters, which would mean we're all supposed to be uninfected. We would have been thrown in here to keep us safe.
ああ、断言はできないが、可能性はないこともない。
But Quark's been infected, right?
ウイルスがどこからか潜り込んできたのかもしれん。
That would be bad.
よく考えてみてくれ。もしそうだとしたら、いろいろとつつまが合うだろう。我々はこのシェルターへと放り込まれてかなり長い間、そう、何年も何十年も眠らされていたのかもしれない。その間にパンデミック、世界的なウイルスの感染拡大が発生し、あの新聞記事が書かれ、日記が書かれ。
And then once the antiviral treatment was finished, they woke us up.
そうだ。あくまでも可能性の話だがな。
No, that doesn't make sense. I mean, it seems like a pretty plausible scenario, but we were all captured before the pandemic started, right? And how would they have put us to sleep for that long? How would they have known to do that? But most importantly, why the hell are we playing the Nonary game if the point of this place is to save us? Throwing a bunch of people into a game that might kill them is a pretty weird way to protect them from a pandemic.
確かに、それもそうだな。
See?
とにかく、新聞と日記だけでは情報が足りないな。
That and the whole point of this Nonary game is to get out the number 9 door. Why would we want to leave if there's a pandemic outside?
他にも何か手がかりがないか探してみよう。
If I had barely finished speaking before she took off for the magenta door. Hey, weren't you coming to the infirmary with me?
気が変わったんだ。クオークの様子については後で報告してくれ。
And with that, she left me. She was gone. Man. I let out a long, tired sigh and started off toward the infirmary. How's he doing?
特に異常はありません。
相変わらず眠ったままじゃよ。
I see. Mind if I have a look?
ええ、
I made my way around the partition to the side of Quark's bed. The journal, the thing Fi and I had talked about, would definitely need to be addressed, but for the moment the AB game was what I needed to concentrate on. Lives were at stake. Mine and Quark's. Those infected by Radical 6 eventually develop a powerful urge to commit suicide. If the journal was telling the truth, then as soon as the anesthetic wore off, Quark would go insane again. What if we weren't able to restrain him a second time? What if he managed to kill himself before we got to him? Or perhaps he'd just get out of the infirmary and go hide somewhere. On the other hand, it wasn't like we could keep anesthetize traumatizing him forever. Yeah. There was only one way to save Quark, and that was with Exalavir. Unfortunately, Dio had stolen it. If we wanted to get it back, Clover and I would have to vote ally. But if I did, there was an excellent chance I would end up dead. The question was, then, what to do? Sacrifice myself to save Quark? Or keep quiet about the danger he was in to save myself? It was so faint, I almost didn't hear it.
Ji-chan. Ji-chan.
He shifted a little, then fell silent again. It was enough, though. What on earth had I been thinking? How could I have even considered letting a child die in my place? Suddenly my cheeks felt hot with embarrassment and disgust. That I had considered letting Quark die, even for a minute, was pathetic. There was only one choice. There had only ever been one choice. No way was I going to leave Quark to die. My hands tightened into fists as I looked down at him. Any uncertainty I'd felt before was gone. I knew what I had to do.
Ambidex ゲーム投票の締め切りまで残り10分です。プレイヤーは速やかに投票を済ませてください。所定の時刻までに投票を行わなかった場合、未投票者の選択は協力に設定されます。
そろそろ時間じゃな。シグマ、ルナ、お前さんたちは倉庫に戻れ。
What about you?
わしはここに残る。クオークのことが心配じゃからな。
でも天明寺さんはそろばんですし、投票しなかったら
自動的に協力に設定される。そんなことは知っておるわ。つい今しがたのアナウンスでも言っておったしな。
What are you going to do if Kay and Alice vote betray?
別にどうもせん。ただやられたと思うだけじゃ。いずれにせよわしは協力にしか投票できんのじゃよ。対戦相手であるアリスと K のペア、そのうちアリスの方は BP が1じゃからな。もしもわしが裏切りを選び、奴らが協力を選んでしまったら、わしはアリスを殺すことになってしまう。そんなことをしてまでわしは脱出したいとは思わん。クォークを置いていくわけにもいかんしな。したがって ABA ルームに入ろうと入るまいとどっちにしろ同じなんじゃよ。わしの手は協力で決まっておるからな。
Tenmyoji's mind was made up. Trying to persuade him to leave would have been pointless. Alright. Take care of Quark.
ああ、心配には及ばんよ。
Let's go.
はい。
Luinen and I headed out of the infirmary, leaving Tenmyoji and Quark behind. When we got to the warehouse, we found everyone else waiting for us. Well, not quite everyone. One other person was missing. Hey, where's Dio?
AB ルームの扉見ればわかるんじゃない？
They're all closed. When we came in here before, the one on the far right was open.
つまり
That he went in, I guess.
そういうこと。
That bastard. He'd probably been worried I might try and take the Exalavir from him by force, so he'd hidden himself in the AB room. What a coward. I'd made up my mind to choose Ally, no matter what, but a part of me had still considered trying to jump Dio if he had dropped his guard. Now he'd made sure I wouldn't get the chance to try.
ところで天明寺さんは？
あ、
Luna explained Tenmyoji's choice.
そう。それじゃあ天明寺さんが裏切りを選ぶ心配はなくなったわけね。
そうなりますね。 それでアリスさんとケイさん、お二人はどちらを選ぶつもりなんですか？
もちろん協力で決まりよ。だって
私の BP が6だからですね。
ええ、そう。天明寺さんが協力で確定している以上、こっちは裏切りは出せないわ。なぜならそんなことをしたら K の BP が9になっちゃうから。
ですが、もしもケイさんが AB ルームの中で強行手段に出たら。
ご安心ください。私はそのような粗暴な真似はいたしません。
本当ですか？
ええ。
だったら K は AB ルームに入らなければいい。
え？
投票はアリス一人で行うんだ。そうすれば余計な心配はしなくて済むだろう。
いや、しかし。申し訳ありませんが、それはできません。
どうして？
どうしてもです。さあ、アリスさん、行きましょう。
おい、ちょっと待てよ、K。
Kay continued briskly toward the AB room as if he simply hadn't heard Phi. Alice scrambled to follow him, perhaps concerned that he would lock her out. Only seconds later, they disappeared into the third room from the left.
大丈夫でしょうか、アリスさん。
信じるしかあるまい。今は K の言葉を。
投票の締め切りまで残り5分です。
時間がない。ルナ、行くぞ。
はい。
They headed off at a trot toward the second room from the right, and were soon out of sight inside it. Alright, Clover, time for us to go.
わかった。
I sighed to myself and headed toward the leftmost AB room. Hmm.
シグマ、どうするの？
I don't really have a choice, do I? There's only one thing I can do. I'm going to choose ally.
ダメだよ。そんなの自殺行為だってば。
Well, you never know. Just because Dio told us to ally doesn't necessarily mean he's going to pick betray.
あいつが、あの男が協力を選ぶかもしれないっていうの？ありえないよ、絶対。だってディオの BP は6なんだよ。裏切りを選んで3点取って脱出しようと思ってるに決まってるじゃん。
Well, what about you? You've got 6 BP too, right? If Dio chose ally and we chose betray, then you'd have 9 BP.
そんな可能性、今の今まで1ミクロンも考えたことなかったよ。だって何度も言うようだけど、ディオは裏切りを選ぶに決まってるし。
And I'm trying to tell you that I've made up my mind. That's who I am. The only choice is ally. It's the only chance we have to get that medicine back.
だからディオに IB って言われるんだよ。こっちが協力を選んだって必ず薬を返してくれるとは限らないでしょ。
Maybe he won't, but I can guarantee that he'll destroy it if I pick betray. That's who he is.
分かったよ。これだけ言っても聞いてもらえないんなら仕方ないね。投票ボタン押させてもらうから。
Huh. Before I realized what was going on, Clover ducked past me and ran toward the voting machine. No! Stop! I snatched her by the arm and hauled her backwards with all my strength. Sorry. Guess that was a little too hard, huh?
ちょっと何考えてんのよ。女性に対して暴力を振るうなんて卑怯だよ。
Well, you're the one who tried to trick me.
だってこのままじゃシグマ死んじゃうんだよ。そんなの黙って見てられないよ。嫌なの。あなたに死んでもらいたくないんだよ。
投票の締め切りまで残り10秒です。
Thanks. It means a lot to hear you say that, Clover. I gave her my best reassuring nod and turned to face the polling machine.
3、2、1。アンビデックスゲーム第2ラウンド終了。結果は倉庫内のディスプレイに表示されます。お疲れ様でした。アンビデックスゲートを開放します。
Clover and I stepped out of the AB room. For several long moments, we just stared at one another. Words weren't necessary. Everything she would have tried to tell me I could already see in her eyes. Let's go. I turned and headed toward the results screen.
シグマ。
I heard her behind me, her voice barely louder than a whisper. The choice was already made. I stood up straight and kept walking. Really? You little shit, Kay?
結果は以上のように確定しました。各自バングルの数字をご確認ください。
何？
シグマさんの BP が。
マイナス。
Suddenly, all eyes were on me. I felt their weight, but stood my ground. It was the result I had expected. I took a deep breath and closed my eyes. I didn't have to wait long. There was a sharp, thick, quick pain in my wrist, barely even noticeable. I couldn't feel anything flowing into my veins, but I knew it was there. First would be the anesthetic, Soparil. I blinked and my vision started to blur. When I tried to think, I felt my mind had been stuffed. It felt like my mind had been stuffed with cotton. My legs began to wobble, then gave out entirely as I crumpled to the floor.
シグマ、シグマ、しっかりしろ。ね
え、シグマ、起きて。
シグマさん。
そんな、どうして。
Trying to open my eyelids was like trying to lift sheets of lead. My eyes had lost the ability to focus, but I could make out a blur that had to be Dio in front of the number 9 door. Damn it. You'll keep your promise, god damn it. I groaned and with a Herculean effort lifted my head, and then my sluggish body off the floor. Every step was a battle, and whenever I shifted my weight, my muscles threatened to give out again. But somehow I forced myself ahead, a single thought burning in my mind. I would reach Dio. Then, at last... The smudge of color faded into a recognizable person. I threw up my hand in front of him. Give Give it back. Give me the medicine.
返せって。まるで自分のものみたいに言うなよ。この施設で見つけたものは俺たち全員にとっての共有財産だろ。
I don't care. Just hand me the medicine.
おい、抗ウイルス薬ってどういうことだ？
We found the Exalavir in the laboratory.
それをディオに奪われて。
なんですって。
それじゃあ今ディオさんは持ってるって言うんですか？抗ウイルス薬を。
ああ、まあな。
I kept my promise. Now, you. I wasn't a fool. I knew the kind of person Dio was. There was a chance he wouldn't give us back the Exalavir. If he didn't, then I'd die with my hands around his throat. I gathered as much of my mind as I could and got ready to attack.
わかったよ。
Not quite what I'd been expecting.
ほら。
With a shrug, he pulled the vial out of his pocket and tossed it toward me. I caught it and pulled the tiny glass bottle to my chest, worried I might drop it. The label said unmistakably, Exalavir. It was the real thing. Clover, take it. I held it out toward her.
わかった。
She quickly tucked it into her pocket. Good. Now at least Quark will be alright. With that, the last of my strength left me, and I dropped to my knees.
おい、大丈夫かシグマ？
シグマさん！シグ
I guess this was it. Or this is it.
まずはマンドレインを注ぎ込んで意識を失わせ、その9分後にハイメドリンを注入して呼吸筋を麻痺させる。文字通り息の根を止めるってやつだね。
9 minutes. Once the Sopro was injected, I had 9 minutes until the muscle relaxant followed it. About 4 minutes had already passed, which left me with 5, give or take a little. In 5 minutes, I would be dead. What could I do in 5 minutes? How could I save myself? I gave a raspy, quiet laugh. Even with death staring me in the face, I seemed to be determined to struggle right up until the very end. Okay, Sigma. You can do this. Clinging desperately to what little consciousness I had left, I racked my brain for any possible solutions. How could I save myself? How? There had to be something. Every problem, no matter how difficult, has a solution. There's always another option. Hopelessness is a state of mind. I just had to think. Think. If there was a way out, I'd find it. I wasn't ready to give up on life yet. There had to be an answer. But that's an answer we don't have yet. To be continued. Heck of a cliffhanger. 5 minutes of life. Lock number 3. So wait, we've got how many locks? 3, I think? Oh wait, hang on. Oh. There isn't enough antiviral medication. See how, I believe that one was, at one point, looking like this. But, the book is opened. We have a solution to it. We know how to get that solution. We could continue from there. But, we're not going to, because we're going to go through all these other ones first. We're gonna get as many solutions as we can before we unlock all these little things. So, the first time I played this, unfortunately, I got to this point first before I did this end. And, I'd gotten this, and then I finally got the Clover end, where she told me that, neostigmine was the cure for tuberculine. I come over here thinking, okay, so we inject ourselves with the neostigmine, and I'll be fine, right? It won't matter. It's not the solution. Hence why we got it now. We got this part. There is another solution, but I don't remember where it's at. Could be anywhere, honestly. But that's basically it. Whatever the solution is for that, and whatever the solution is for that. I do know the solution for this one. I'm just not gonna say it, because it'd be more of a shocker when people actually see it. This is open because we now have the solution for that, but we're not gonna get into that. And then I don't remember the solution for this one. I have no clue how we stop Phi. Whatever it is, it's in there somewhere. So that's 4. That's 3. And this is 8. So that means we've got 3 other locks in between that one and this one. I don't know what they are. I don't remember what they are. I believe one of them actually had something to do with the neostigmine, but I don't remember what happened for it to be used. And considering we've already gotten that end, it's not going to be a lock. Anyway, that is actually going to be where I stop. I'm going to go ahead and I guess I will go back here and pick a different route. I'll go into something and get a different route. Yeah, we came this way, so I might as well go ahead and start here. We're gonna go ahead and start here. Okay. Secrets, and then I'm done. Floor A and Floor B. The facility has 2 stories. The top floor is referred to as Floor A, and the bottom floor is called Floor B. The A and B supposedly stand for above and below. There's a rumor that the floors were actually named after a particular Swedish pop rock group from the 70s, but everyone involved in this project has insisted that is vile and hurtful lie. Researcher's Journal 1. When the body is infected with Radical 6, the processing speed of the brain is reduced, as if we assume the brain currently operates on a 1-to-1 basis with regards to time. Oops, my bad. Radical 6 reduces this to 1 radical 1/6, or approximately 1 to 0.408, which means for each second that passes outside, the patient feels the only 0.408 seconds have passed inside. Therefore, when 1 second passed inside, approximately 2.45 seconds or radical 6 seconds have passed outside. This is why the virus has been termed Radical 6. I'm guessing this is everything I read earlier. Those infected by Radical 6 eventually develop a powerful urge to commit suicide. One theory holds that the disparity in time perception causes the brain to be flooded with massive amounts of information. Unable to keep up, it begins to fail. Whatever the cause, the infected invariably attempt to take their own lives, which is arguably the most terrifying aspect of this virus. Research suggests that a targeted antiviral could kill or at least disable Radical 6, but thus far we have been unable to develop one. It seems our best hope now is to harvest antibodies from someone with a natural immunity to the virus. The bodies of those dead from suicide are piled up along the roads leading into and out of town. The entire area reeks of the stench of decay, and the sky is filled with with the constant buzzing of flies. At times, their swarms are so thick that when one passes, it feels as if a cloud has gone over the sun. Every day, I see more crows and rats are everywhere, feeding on the dead. Ironically, the only healthy-looking creatures are the stray cats, who have grown fat on the plentiful rodent diet. The few humans who survived the outbreak have been locked away by the government in underground shelters. I don't know how many were saved, but I fear only a handful. Oh Lord, please, let their futures be a bright one. This is an excerpt from the Journal of a Researcher. Due to space constraints, some sections have been cut out. Jumpy doll. Aww. Sounds as if someone called a doll Jumpy, but why? Huh. I wonder where that came from. The Secret of Quark's hat. Don't you think his hat looks kind of weird? There's a huge band that wraps around his head. Is he hiding a pair of Ferengi ears, or maybe he's just a young Lobot? Or Lobo? I don't know. This is just between you and me, but he's got missiles in there. The sides of his hat are hiding these pods like you see in helicopters or SAM sites, except these missiles are tiny, and when he gets in trouble, both sides of the hat open up and they fly out all like, pshoo! Just kidding. Actually, he just keeps snacks in there. Axalavir. An antiviral medication made to counter Radical 6. More specifically, it's an antibody with a natural resistance to the virus. It was found and extracted from an individual in 2038, and then replicated using the IG replicator. An Axalavir injection is the only known way to fight off a Radical 6 infection. I probably shouldn't have read that one. But that was long, and I had a good time of it. We got an end, and I think we got a solution to an end, and a new lock. So this was fun. That's gonna be the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, give it a big thumbs up. Stay cool, keep crazy, and I hope to see you all in the next video. Ta-ta!